WKHM Jackson's News Talk 970 AM 101.5 FM. Talkback Jackson with Steve Boyle. I predicted a Hillary Clinton win. I was wrong. I'm willing to admit that. Not necessarily mad about it. I think everybody knows my feelings about Hillary Clinton specifically. I'm not excited to have Donald Trump as the president. Wasn't my first choice. Wasn't in my probably top 5 if I had to pick somebody. I know he's got a lot of support from those who support him. I got to give credit to Chico and Mayor Arrives, everybody who called. They called it. You called it. I don't know about the landslide, but he certainly won. He won enough electoral votes to make a statement, I suppose, even though the popular vote goes Democrat. I stand corrected on whether or not I thought Trump could win. I didn't think he would, but he pulled it off. He did. I just think Hillary Clinton was not a strong candidate for the Democrats. I think they did a disservice to their constituency by ramming her down their throats. I think a Joe Biden candidacy goes better than a Hillary Clinton candidacy. I think a Bernie Sanders candidacy goes better than Hillary Clinton. And in the end, I think the only candidate maybe that Trump could have beaten was Hillary Clinton. Thank you for calling. You're on the air.
I'm glad we got somebody that's got a foot in the left and a foot on the right bandwagon. We love all our poor liberals that are going insane and flipping out, and all you Trump lovers. Well, guess what, Steve? The very best part of the wall was built back in the early 90s. It's south of San Diego. It's a double fence with Ginsu on the top, Ginsu guardrail barbed wire on top of the fence. Guess what? It's the most secure section of the border we have. Look at what's going on in San Diego with immigration, illegals coming across there. It's almost non-existent because of the double fence, Steve. Big difference. Big difference. And we can go to right here. Trump won in 31 states. Hillary won in 19. So I don't think the majority of the people of this country are sick and mad at Trump. We've got a small minority of left-wing radicals who think you can have a welfare state, Steve, with open borders. So any of the 6 to 10 billion people in the world should be able to come here. Well, most of the people don't think that way, even though our liberals get all excited and all flipped out.
Thank you for calling. You're on the air.
Hey, talking about that Obama stuff, but I've never heard any of that rhetoric coming out of Obama's mouth that you heard coming out of Trump's. That's why you got all these protesters. And they're not rioters, they're protesters exercising their First Amendment right. So the Republicans don't have no cause for, just the Second Amendment.
Where does the video of like fires come from if it's peaceful?
Hey, there's some nuts in every group, Steve. But hey, before you Republicans get all cocky, remember, you got to govern now. The easy part's over. You were elected, so now you got to govern. So we'll see how it goes from here.
But I'm glad he won, and I knew he was, so all my friends are all riders. Trump, 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 pants, Trump, 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 Trump. All right, buddy, welcome back.
All right, thanks for the call, Chico. I hadn't heard the Trump song in a while, so I'm glad to get that on, I suppose. Throughout the debates, and you heard President Obama say it and Hillary Clinton say it over and over, don't be guided by fear. Don't let fear be your guiding factor. And here we have all of these people who are just, I'm so afraid of what's going to happen. If you don't have any faith in the American people, number one, kindness and politeness and all these things that people are expecting, that's not a government policy. That's human beings. That's human nature. That is the social contract that we have with one another today. If you don't think that people are going to be nice to one another beyond race, sexual orientation, any of those things, then what's the difference going to be if Donald Trump is president or not? The president doesn't guide the way we act as human beings. That's a human thing. The president can be whoever you want. If you're not treating your fellow man well, I don't think that the president is going to be the difference maker. If that was the case, then racism would be solved, right? And I saw a headline today that Donald Trump has a chance to bring together this divided nation. And I thought to myself, if the president really has that ability, and maybe they do, then how about we hammer Barack Obama for his failure to do that after 8 years?